Hey everybody, this is Mr. White, and this is a walkthrough for the first Mobster assignment, Mobster number 1. You're first going to start by going into Content, Unit 5, and then once in Unit 5, if you scroll down, you will see our first Mobster assignment. So you click on Mobster assignment number 1, and then right there I have a Mobster spreadsheet for you to start with. So you'll download that in the rubric. So again, you go into 5.08, Assignment 10, Mobster 1, and then you'll download the Mobster spreadsheet. Once you download that, you'll see a spreadsheet that looks just like this. This is the full spreadsheet. As you see, we kind of have 3 sections. We have the Mobster activity for the year, analysis by Mobster, and then analysis by crime. And we're actually going to do a couple things with this assignment. I have the rubric opened up here on the right-hand side. So we're going to start by modifying cells D167 and 168. So if I scroll down to that, here's my column D. And then right here, I have a total and then a number of crimes. As what we're looking to do is create formulas that add up the number and then the number of crimes committed and then the total amounts paid out. So we see they start with D3 and go all the way to D165. So if you guys remember, we should have sum of D3 to D165. And then we're also going to go count of D3 to D165. So we have 163 crimes for just over $82 million. And again, those are our formulas. We have them right here. We have equal count and equal sum. Then from there, if we scroll up, that should automatically adjust some of these right here. So from our raw list, and again, this is pulling D168 and D167, so we don't need to modify that at all. However, there's differences. So this is not necessarily correct. And if we look back in the rubric, right here, we're going to analyze and fix any formulas that are wrong. So we need this highlighted number to be correct. It needs to be 0 and 0 for both that column and our column up here. So if we're going to start looking at these formulas to find out what's wrong with them, I'm going to make it full screen for you guys. So if I click on H3 and I look, it's taking B3 to B165, that's correct. D3 to D165, that's correct. And then it's taking F3, so it's taking that person's name and finding the value there. So it's taking Albert Anastasia, and it's finding the values between B3 and B165, and then D3 and D165. However, if I go to the next cell, notice how all of these values increased by 1, or all of these cells. So now we have B4 to B166, but our data is in B3 to B165. Now what I could do is I could go through and I could change every single one. So go B3, D160 or B165, D3, and D165. And then that'll make it correct, but I don't want to have to do that for every single cell. I don't want to have to do that for 26 cells. So instead is what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a $sign in front of the numbers that I want to stay the same. Whenever you do this, it keeps that value absolute. It doesn't change it. So now, when I click on it, that is what my new formula looks like. B $3 to B $165. The F3, I want that to change because that's the different mobster. And then D $3 to D $165. So now if I click and drag this, let's test it out. So now it stayed, these numbers on the sides stayed the same. It was just the number in the middle that went up 1. So again, I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to click on the bottom right hand corner to make it this little black plus sign. If I click on and hover over the little green dot, and I want to drag that all the way down. And see how now it adjusts those numbers to make them correct? Alright, so my dollar amount is now correct. Perfect. It should be 0. It is. But my raw number and the totals is still different of 14. So let's check it out. So we have equals count if, and again, same thing. We have B3 to B165, but then if I click down on the next one, it goes to B4 to 166. And that's what I don't want. So I want it to stay the same. So I'm going to go $sign there, $sign there. I'm going to click enter. Now if I click and drag it again, now they're both equal at 163. So now I know that the information and data in these two columns are correct. Now I got to do the same with this one. And again, we're going to go C $3 to C $165. Enter. We're going to drag that down. Again, by clicking that little green dot. Same thing here. We're going to add our $sign. Alrighty. And then I'm going to click and drag that one all the way down. And that'll give me differences of 0. Alright, so now I can look at the data and see which mobster made the most money and which crime had the most number of crimes. But keep in mind, if you don't update these and make the cells and the formulas correct, you're going to get the wrong answer because our data is not showing properly when we first download this. So that's why we have to fix all of these columns. So, which mobster made the most money? If I go to analysis by mobster, right here, you guys can look it up, see who made the most. So I have a 5. We'll start with the 5s because it looks like that's the highest number. So we have 5.3 for Peter Milano or 5.7 for Carmine Trumani. So you can type that answer in right there, giving you a clue there. Now, which crime had the most number of crimes? This one's easy. We just go to analysis by crime, and then you can find your answer in the data right there. Alright, not going to write those answers out for you guys. You need to come up with that on your own, but I gave you guys some pretty good hints. And that's how you're going to complete Mobster assignment number 1. Mobster assignment number 2, you're going to then take this data and answer 4 questions. It can either be a Word document, you could type it out, or if you want to, you can just submit your Mobster assignment and include your answers over here on the right hand side. That's up to you, but that's how you're going to complete Mobster assignment 1 and Mobster assignment number 2. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will talk to you guys later.